Okay, so this week we are going to focus in on our shoulders. Very similar to our ankles. With our shoulders, we're going to do a little bit of work to heat them up first, make sure that they're moving and doing things, and then we'll get into some static stretches to sort of lengthen out those tissues and try and recover our range of motion. Now, shoulders are a super interesting joint, super interesting part of your body. It is possibly the most mobile part of your entire body. It does a full range of motion. It does all sorts of rotation. We can support, we can pull, we can push, crazy numbers of things. But because of that versatility, it's also quite, there's a lot of moving parts. Okay, we've got shoulder blades. We've got the actual ball and socket itself. We've got some movements this way, like our bicep actually helps to lift the arm up in front of us. Bicep is by two heads. There's a long head that goes up into the shoulder and the short head that doesn't. So there's a lot going on. All right, so it's not always a quick fix with this stuff. We've got to be quite thorough and deliberate, and we're going to try and do that today. Okay. So let's start ourselves off with two movements. We're going to superset these together. And the first of which is our scap push-ups. So we're going to have a nice locked out arm. We can do this on our knees or on our feet. But the idea is that those arms stay straight, and it's just going to be the shoulder blades that move. We're trying to get the shoulder blades to roll over the ribs so they touch, and then spread them apart as far as possible. Roll them together so they touch, spread them apart. We're going to go for 40 seconds. Then we're going to hold that protracted position, protraction, for 20 seconds. At that point, we'll take a little break. We'll go into our tabletop position. So here, and there we're thinking about the opposite movement. Instead of protraction, it's retraction. And we're going into shoulder extension, or our ability to lift our hand up behind us. Okay, we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. We'll do some wrist stretches, and we'll repeat all of that a few times. Clear as mud? Yeah. Brilliant. Cool. I got a thumbs up there from Andy. Happy days. So I'm going to try and time this as we go. We'll start off with our scap push-ups. Grab your position. And let's go in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Take your time with this stuff. Don't worry about rushing. It's better to feel the muscles working. Try to get the shoulder blades moving, all while keeping your tummy nice and tight, your torso nice and strong. We want our shoulders to be independent of our breath, independent of our abs. Another 10 seconds. Keep moving. And then we'll finish in that protracted position. Shoulders pushed as far apart as possible. Tummy nice and tight. That top plank position. Hopefully those shoulders are starting to burn a little bit. A few little trembles going on there. 3, 2, 1, and relax. And we'll bring ourselves to our tabletop. Thinking here about hands going behind us. If we get elbow pain, we can move the hands wider. Or if we can, move the hands closer together. Let's go up for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, up we go. Might feel a little bit tight. Really try and, again, pinch the shoulders together. Keep that tummy pulled in. Really try and pull the shoulders behind us. You can add in a bonus bicep stretch by bringing the weight further forward in the knees. You can even add in a few bounces there. But try and pull the shoulders together. 3, 2, 1, and down. All right. So we'll stretch out the wrists a little bit, and we'll go do all of that again. So with the wrists, we're going to go fingers forward. We're going to go elbows with the eye of the elbow, the armpit, the elbow pit is forward. We're just going to ease ourselves forward. Do 10 pulses. If you struggle with getting enough weight forward, you can go with a staggered stance with your knees. That helps you get even more leverage forward. Notice how the elbows stayed locked there, didn't bend, nice and straight. And then we'll do the same thing in reverse. Turn the fingers out to the side and back. Out to the side and back. You can here lock those elbows, squeeze the tricep, and we'll push back towards the hips. Then that stretch up the forearm. And do 10 bounces. And relax. Okay, so we're going to go back and do all that again, starting with our 40 seconds of scat push-ups, 30 seconds of table hold, and then we'll do a couple of different wrist stretches this time. So, up in position. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Arms locked. Just moving the shoulder blades. Trying to get as much range as we can here. If you feel like you're restricted in your movement, again, you could try your hands a little bit wider. So that allows you to squeeze your shoulders together, lower down your back. Five, 3, 2, 1, and hold that top position. Shoulders protracted, coming in nice and tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And then we'll go into our tabletop position. A bit like the calf raises last week. These hopefully going to leave the shoulders pretty tired. 3, 2, 1, up we go. If they're tired, we're going to get more out of our stretches. Constantly trying to get into a better position. We're pinch the shoulders together. Lift that chest. Keep that tummy tight. Trying to release that pressure in the bicep. 3, 2, 1, and back. All right. Oh, my delts. Okay. This time with our wrist stretches, we're going to go on the inside. So we're turning the fingers in and back towards your feet. And there. Spread the shoulders and then ease on back. You might feel this up the back of the forearm. Might even feel it on the shoulder blades. Just try to bounce back that a little bit. Bounces here help trick that nervous system into releasing the range of motion. And relax. And then last one, we're going to go wrist pointed back towards you. So on the back of the hand, on the back of the hand on the other side. You might not be able to put as much weight this way, that's okay. Bring your knees in closer to your fingers if that's the case. And then what we'll do, try to straighten the elbow, try to rotate the elbow, and then lean on back. If you're kind of stuck either not straight yet, we're almost locked. That's okay, keep trying to work that, maybe condition the shoulder a little bit before we get into it. It's okay. And relax. Okay, so one final round. We'll start off with our scat push-ups, then to our tabletop hold, and we'll move on. So, everyone ready? 3, 2, 1. 40 seconds of our scat shrugs. Keeping those elbows nice and locked. That tummy on. Not sure if your tummy's on. Just look down at it. You'll see. It's bulging. Pull it in nice and tight. Probably notice as you get tired, things start to shake a lot more. Try to keep pushing through. Even if that becomes slightly less controlled. Hold your protracted position. Hold it now. Hold it. Three, 2, 1, and relax. And then under our table hold, hands behind, that shoulder extension position. 3, 2, 1, up we go. Tummy pillow flat, shoulders pinch back. Making sure the shoulder is at least over the wrists or between the wrists and the feet. Try to avoid it going over the fingers or beyond. Roll the shoulder blades back and together. Curl those elbows. And relax. Good job. So we're focusing primarily on the shoulders today, but when we're talking about our shoulders, we still have to talk about our elbow and our wrist as well. They all work together in the same way our ankles, knees, and hips work together, and there can be a chain reaction. If one place is tight, there can be compensations elsewhere. So we kind of look at all of them, but primarily the shoulder. So we're going to do a few push-ups, again, to keep that blood flow coming and make sure our shoulders are still moving the right way. We're going to do these on our fingertips, like so, either on your knees or your feet. What that's going to look like, we'll do 5 reps, like that, and then we'll do a 5-second hold at the bottom. Trying to keep the shoulders pinched together and the chest all the way down. I'll do that once more. We've got and up, and then that bottom position, hold that chest just off the floor. All right. Yeah, or on your knees. 5 and 5, off you go. She's doing a party trick.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Okay. So that has been insightful. I need to do more work on that. All right, let's get into some static stretches. I'm going to start off with some letters of the alphabet. Okay. First letter is going to be our letter T. I say T because if we were to lie down, our arms are in that sort of T shape. Okay. As I roll over, I'm trying to keep that same angle. Yeah. What I don't want to happen is as you roll over, for that angle to change. That will now be an A. We're going to keep it up at a T. All right, let's go for 30 seconds each side. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. You're able to get into that position nicely. Try to lock the elbow, so squeeze the tricep. Then you can use that other hand and bring it around, pinch the shoulders together. Let's see how close you can get that hand to your elbow. 3, 2, 1, and relax. We'll try to transition fairly well straight over to the other side. 3, 2, 1, and same again. Oh my goodness, this side is worse. Still trying to pull those wrists together, hands together. After a while of doing this, you could add a small weight, like 1, 2 kilos, to that upper hand to help pull it around a little bit further. We're not going to do that today. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay. Second letter we're going to explore is, instead of a T, it's going to be a Y. Now, Y is not to be confused with an I. So as we roll into it, we're trying to keep that 45 degrees between our head and our shoulder rather than letting it kind of roll right the way up. This is just lying on your side. We'll instead have that angle. Try to keep the shoulder pushed down into the floor and then start to ease on up. Hopefully, awesome stretch down the bicep, front of the shoulder kind of position. You guys see that one okay? Cool. I saw 2 waving hands. Brilliant, gang. Well done. All right. Arm up in that Y shape. Shoulder down on the floor. And ease yourself over. Bearing in mind, you probably won't be able to go as far here. The front of your shoulder should be on the floor. That's it. If the back of your armpit is on the floor, you need to readjust. Again, you can have one arm up in the air, or if you prefer to push off the floor, try and give yourself that little extra range. That works too. 3, 2, 1, and relax. And then other arm, nice wide shape, front of the shoulder down. Roll yourself over. These shoulder stretches, there's subtle differences between positions, but because there's so many different muscles kind of involved, they can have massively different results. Always worth chasing sensation and position to get a better stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So, similar, but again, somewhat different. Going to go and visit the desert. We're going to go and do some cactus stretches. So here, we're looking for those arms to get to right angles on the floor. This will be cactus up, and then this will be cactus down. With both of them, we're going to roll over as far as we can. Not very far. And that's okay. So, cactus up to start off with. Don't put too much pressure on yourself on this one. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Over we go. Yeah. Trying to keep as much of the armpit on the floor here as possible. Try to keep that nice 90-degree angle. Forearm to the bicep, tricep to body. Won't be able to go very far here, that's okay. Try to get your armpit fully in contact with the floor. And relax. Then we'll do the other side. Once you're in that position, don't be afraid to wiggle around a little bit. Try to get your shoulder blade to move. And see how it goes. 3, 2, 1, up we go. Once you get a little bit of traction in the position, try to move your shoulder blade and see if you can make that position a little bit less comfortable. You may find massive discrepancy from one side to the other. That's okay. 3, 2, 1, and relax. And then we'll go cactus down. Might have more movement this side. That's okay. And over we go. Trying to have that upper arm in a cactus position too. Yeah, that's done. And pinch your elbows together. This is our shoulder extension again. Just hitting it from a different position. Again, trying to pinch your shoulder blades together. Feel those muscles in between. And relax. We'll see on the other side. Cool. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so hopefully slightly more fun than those cactuses and letters. It's going to be our capsule stretch. It's for the front of the shoulder. Anytime we do any overhead work, like handstands, pressing, anything like that, great way to release pressure through the shoulder and stretch out those shoulder blades. So how it works: one hand reaches forward, the other slips through. And from there, we set that shoulder on the floor. Once the shoulder's on the floor, we're trying to get our neck under our bicep and reach the other arm high. If our range is good here, we'll have shoulder on the floor, armpit on elbow, and we'll be able to hold a nice hollow shape with our tummy. If we can get all three of those things, then we can start lifting that knee up to the side to increase our stretch a little bit more. I'm going to go 30 seconds on each side. Three, 2, 1, and big. If you find you're getting short of breath on this one, don't push down as hard on your neck. Push down more on your armpits and shoulders instead. Relax. We'll do the same on the other side. Really pressing that shoulder down, armpit to your elbow, holding your ribs and belly button off the floor. deep breaths, deep. And nice. Okay, we're going to finish with a little bit of shoulder extension. So we're going to sit on our bum, knees behind us. The goal here is to get our little fingers to touch while still keeping those triceps locked and the shoulders pinched together. If we're able to do that, then we'll get the bum swivel forward. But if not, I'm going to sit as close to those wrists as we need and just work on getting the shoulders to rotate back. So instead of being forward there, back, that way. Okay. This one will be slightly longer. We'll do a minute on this one. If you start to get like a tingly sensation down your arm, that's just your nervous system freaking out. Don't panic. It'll probably be okay. All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go. We're trying to squeeze your triceps on this one. If you feel pressure on your elbows here, definitely back out of it a little bit. Either move your hands wider or move your bum closer to your wrists. Almost trying to feel like you're folding your skin over itself on your back. Shoulders are pulled down. Nice. 10 seconds. Just breathing into it. 3, 2, 1, and relax. I may have given you a little white lie there. That wasn't quite the last one, it's the second last one. Last one. We're going to be on all fours. We'll walk the hands forward and push the armpits down towards the floor. We can go a little bit side to side in this one. We could even reach over, so we press down more one side, or same on the other side. I'm going to give you a minute to play with it and find the nastiest spot and just sit there for a little while. 3, 2, 1, and again. You can relax your tummy on this bit. Really try to get those armpits down towards the floor. Play around with the shoulder position. Try armpits down or armpits out. And see which one gives you the most muscular sensation. If you get any more nerve or joint, let's try and change it up a little. You need to go up on your fingertips. That gives you more range of motion. Really trying to explore those shoulders, open them all up. See if it's your lats, see if it's your traps, rhomboids, pecs, biceps, triceps.
I wonder where they are.
Teres, supraspinatus. Down. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, gang. Good job on the mobility. With these more focused sort of series is where we're looking at one body part. I'm trying to keep them slightly shorter so that if you do decide to do them on a weekly basis, it's not using up all of your time. Okay, we want these to be condensed so that you're getting the most out of the time that you spend doing them.